Okay, what we're trying to find is the inverse of this following function here. This f of x equals 2 over x plus 7. Now this is a function, and this is in function notation. If we wanted to write it in slope-intercept form or another notation, we could do that. All we're basically going to do is substitute the y in for f of x. So we'll do that now. Y equals 2 over x plus 7. And one thing that we need to remember is when we're trying to find the inverse of the function, the inverse is really where it is reflecting over the y equals x line. In other words, what we can do is we can just switch these x and y and then solve for y. So let's do that now. So now all I'm going to do, my second step, is to go x equals 2 over y plus 7. So all I really did here is I just switched these x and y. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is solve it for y. So I want to get y all by itself. So if I'm looking at this side of the equation over here, I want to get y all by itself. I'm going to end up having to subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves me with x minus 7 equals 2 over y. Okay, now the way that I get rid of I want to get y all by itself. The problem is it's on the denominator. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides by y. I'll do that in just a little bit different color. By y. And I'm going to multiply this side over here by y. I don't have a lot of room there. Sorry about that. Okay, so that leaves me down here with y times x minus 7 equals 2. Okay, now I'm really close because I have my y right here. It's just not all by itself, so I've got to get rid of this x minus 7. And I don't distribute this only because it's going to make it a lot easier in this step. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by x minus 7. Okay, now I'm going to bring this one up here. And I'm going to rewrite it. That's going to leave me, see, my x minus 7 is going to cross off on top and bottom. It's going to leave me y. Let's redo that. Let's erase that. That's going to leave me y equals, those two have crossed off, so that's 2 over x minus 7. Okay, and we can rewrite that in function notation as well. Okay, so we've got our original equation, which is right here. F of x equals 2 over x plus 7. This is the inverse of it. The way that we would write that in inverse in function notation would be f of negative 1, the inverse of f of x. F inverse of x equals 2 over x minus 7. And this particular one, this right here, is your answer.